This is my time with Nicholas Veniamin. When I thought of doing a My Time With, I thought of the fact that over my life, your lifetime, we meet a lot of interesting people. Sometimes we spend a lot of time with them. They have a big impact on us. Sometimes it's a short time. And sometimes it's just over the phone, or in today's era, through Zoom. Recently, maybe 2 weeks ago, I had the chance to spend 1 hour together with Nicholas Veniamin on a Zoom call on his social media platform. I found him to be a very interesting man. I had watched a lot of his videos because, like many other people, this is a time when we are searching for the truth. Searching for the truth about what's going on in our world. Searching for the truth in terms of why the pandemic, why Joseph Biden, why Myanmar, Burma, why the things that are happening in the world are happening in the world right now. Something is amiss. Something isn't quite right. For the past year or so, we've all been in a kind of lockdown mode, restricted, controlled. Lots of fear going on around the world. Having traveled to as many countries as I have, having people around the world, and working every day at building relationships with people through social media and wherever possible through physical presence, I find that what's happening right now around the world we haven't to this degree experienced in my lifetime. It's as if somebody turned a switch on, and many people are asking why. And so in my searching for truth, I've discovered people are going through the same kinds of experiment, looking for answers. When we search the truth, we discover that not everything is as it appears to be when it comes to the current flu situation. Too many questions, too much stuff happening that doesn't quite make sense. When it comes to the election south of the border, right now I'm in Vancouver, January 20th, the events following, lots of things don't add up. Lots of things don't make sense about the current situation south of the border. And of course, what happens south of the border has an impact around the world. So, in my searching for answers, I discovered, among other good people, this Nicholas Veniamin. And we agreed to share an hour together, which you can go to that video and take a look and watch our interaction. In fact, a lot of the things I spoke about there, I've just finished, by the time you see this, a 5-part series dealing with religion, dealing with politics or government, media, big tech, and other, like the flu situation we're going through right now. I wanted us to be able to open up a discussion because you and me maybe have quite different opinions or views in terms of what has happened and what is happening. And that's okay, as long as you're all right to have authentic, honest discussion. We can share with each other very opposing viewpoints, different understandings of what the truth really is about all of these things. I found when watching Nicholas's program a place where honest discussion could happen. This man, although we haven't met in person, my time with him is purely through a little bit of messaging back and forth and 1 hour of Zoom. I found him to be, and I find him to be, somebody who has a platform, and a growing platform. It comes from his personal desire to search for the truth, to get answers. I think he, like myself, feel there's lots that doesn't make sense that's going on in the world right now. Lots of things that just don't seem to add up. So, in my own searching, I've discovered that there are other like-minded people who feel things aren't exactly what they seem to be. The disruption in our world, the difficulty caused to so many people, especially small and medium-sized businesses. Many people suffering physically on top of everything else, and many people wondering when will things return to better than the way they were before. When will we be free again to travel? And who gave anybody the right to do what they're doing right now? So in discovering Nicholas, I found a person who wants to find the truth and is willing to have people come on his program that are willing to share their insights and their thoughts. All of us know part of the total story. And together, like-minded people who are interested in finding the truth really do have an opportunity to help people weather and go through what we are all going through right now. In talking with Nicholas, I found him to be a very good listener. Listening is always something admirable in people that also have a lot of their own good thoughts and understanding and are able to process and facilitate and do so in a way that people are open to hearing various points of view. This is a good quality I have found in Nicholas and in others, and why I enjoy watching. And he has some guests come back on a second time. Some are repeat guests. And I've discovered that when there's something that maybe wasn't quite right about a specific time or date that was given for something to have happened, he pursues that issue with those people. He does it in a very tactful, good way, but holds people accountable for what they're saying and thinking and putting out there that may cause more problem than actually present help. I don't have the answers. I don't think Nicholas has the answers about what is really going on. But we do agree there are huge issues going on right now around the issues of life and liberty, freedom. There are truly things going on that don't make a lot of sense to anybody. And so, as part of our journey, we discovered that there are people who will help bring their bits of truth together and cause us to be able to think a little bit more clearly through what it is that we're actually needing to do in order to survive during these days. I kind of feel that there's a lot of fear by both sides, the right and the left. Those that are like myself, wanting open markets and free thinking, free doing, entrepreneurial spirit, and those that would think that socialism, communism, Marxism, liberalism is the way to go. I think there's fear on both sides. The big media, big tech, big government, politics, those areas on the left fear truth. Why do I say that? There's no other reason to censor freedom of thought. There's no reason to cancel people because of what they think that may be different from our own. This to me is absolutely crazy what people are doing to each other. Looking for truth, looking for reasons, explanations, looking for an understanding of when things will become good again. So, I've made my way down to English Bay here in Vancouver. I'm continuing to think about my time with Nicholas on Zoom, and I'm really thankful for people like him that are really trying to do their very best to bring out truth during this time of lots of misinformation and disinformation. You know, we don't know exactly what is going to happen tomorrow. We are hanging on to today. And for myself, I'm very thankful for people like Nicholas that give people opportunity to share their ideas and to allow people to come together and piece the parts, the puzzle, and see if somehow we can find some sense in what's happening. So you and I do our part when we openly and honestly, with our faces, with our names, discuss with the intention of putting our understanding on the table. Nicholas helps do that using the restrictive measures right now that are in place, so that round the world people of different countries and ethnicities, languages, even backgrounds can come together and ask their questions, share their ideas and thoughts, and even their theories, their hypotheses, their conjectures. We need to understand that when people tell us something that they heard from somebody else, it's usually true, like with the weatherman on the news, after the fact. Rarely are they correct entirely before the event happens. So we know, you and I know, that things are not right now, but if you are like me, you learn over time to make the very best of each situation. You decide that you want to grab life because it's passing. You know, on the one hand, we could think we lost a year, but life is that way. Ups and downs, right? All kinds of things happen to you and to me, wherever we are. We make what we can of each situation of the cards that are dealt to us. And we know that just like there have been great times in the past, before, today, there will be, again, great times in the future. We're going to make memorable experiences. We're going to contribute to each other's living life's adventure as fully as possible. We're going to discover that there are all kinds of opportunities in front of us that will be shaped and seen differently because of what we've just come through. So, no reason for censoring, no reason for canceling people because of different perspectives, no reason for not allowing people to share their thoughts, as long as they do it openly and honestly. No need to hide. I see in some of these comment sections of Nicholas people saying derogatory, hurtful things, and they are never out in the open. Cowardly, hiding, maybe having a strong opposing view, and maybe just trying to stir trouble, or maybe just very lost. People that are searching for the truth are usually genuine, open, caring, good people. They want to know exactly what's going on. I want to know exactly what's going on so that we can be of help to each other. So, for all the things that are going on right now around the world, all the stories that you and I are hearing about what's taking place by very interesting people, we don't know if it's true or not, but in time we will. In the meantime, we have the opportunity, you and me together, to live and to enjoy life to the fullest. And Nicholas is helping people do that. Nicholas, I want to continue to encourage you as you seek to become an interviewer of the president, of him and his people and his staff, if that's what the future is going to look like. People ask me sometimes when they're interested and have the opposing opinion, why do I think Trump is a good leader? I think he's a good leader because he actually does the things that he said he was going to do when it comes to being a non-political public servant. As arrogant as he is at times, as full of himself, as driven, as much of a personality and character. Remember, all those people trying to cancel and censor and impeach and all the rest once were great fans of him when he wasn't stepping on their toes, on their piggy bank accounts. So I think of him in this way, and Nicholas is, I believe, one of those voices trying to bring this truth forward so that people can begin to see something different than what they're fed on the mainstream news every night, which is agenda driven, we know. It's a 4 a.m. script, we know. And all of the ways in which we communicate with each other should be open and honest to the best of our ability, so that people like you and me can continue to experience those aha moments when our eyes open and when we see, oh, there is one true living God. When we open our eyes and see almost miraculously, I have been fed brainwashing kinds of lies on mainstream news. They have not been telling me the truth. This is not science. This is not best practices. This is not truly caring for people. When I see for the first time on Twitter or any of the other messaging apps that people are being cut off because they're speaking or trying to speak the truth which doesn't fit somebody's narrative or somebody's story about wanting to accomplish something that may not be in people's best interest. So, those who are free thinkers and open-minded and searching for what's really going on, searching for the truth, these people are creating new ways of speaking truth, new platforms. And I'm learning of these as we go along. BitChute and Rumble and Parler and Gab and Mayway. I mean, just research, Google, look, you're going to find places where people have decided to create their own platforms, their own places using technology where people like you and me can come and share life openly and honestly, the way it once was, not very long ago, before all this nonsense started happening. Anyway, this is a bit of a long-winded my time with, because the sun is shining. You got an off button if you want to turn it off. In the meantime, you can see some of the beautiful seawall outside of Stanley Park, along English Bay towards Granville Island, which is straight ahead up there. It's going to change. It's going to get better. And we are going to have the best part of our life in front of us. We're going to get another one. Let's see if we can catch it. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. He got it. Wow. goes the taxi. Taxi's off and running. It's like a little tiny tugboat. So we're getting ready to wrap this up here on a beautiful sunny day in Vancouver, waiting for the world to open. My time with Nicholas and a lot of other stuff. Thanks again, Nicholas, for the time to share with you on Zoom, and I'm looking forward to being able to share more time together with you. And for all of you that have watched, thanks. Thanks for watching, and please feel free to comment. Let me know what you think about any of the things we talk about here or any of the other videos.